Don't want to go in dry, do we? Woo. Keep your sausage in your slacks. You sit here and do it. As you approach the towering tree, you notice a cave-like entrance. This entrance is larger than any you've ever seen before, larger than any of the doors at the cathedral in the city. Two braziers flick heat as you pass them. You stare into the dark distance. You hear laughter, you hear screams, you hear chattering. You know this sound. You've heard this sound before. As you approach, you see, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's calm down, let's calm down. We don't want to go in dry, do we? Oof. Hello, I'm DeckSave Dan, and welcome to the episode about Session Zeros. What's a Session Zero, I hear you ask? Well, I'm here to talk you through exactly what it is and why we do it, why it's important, why it's indispensable, why it's imperative. So a Session Zero will be the session before your first session, so Session 1. Hope that makes sense. Session 1 is Session 1 and Session 0 is Session 0. So why isn't Session 0 called Session 1? Well, I'll tell you why Session 0 isn't called Session 1 or your first session. The reason is your first session is when you start playing, when you get your sick role play on, where you start rolling those dice, where you start killing those orcs, where you start climbing those cliffs, casting those spells, chatting up those NPCs, all of that good stuff. That's your first session. A Session 0 is to really get your head round what the game is. Have a chat with everyone. What are you after out of the game? What do you really want to get out of it? What do you want out of your game? Let everyone know. I know what I want out of my game. Comment below if you can guess. So it'll be to go over the rules, rolling up characters, how are they going to work together within the game, what's the tone of the game, where is it set, the boundaries that you might have. We all have boundaries, some a little more flexible than others. So we're going to go through some of the things that you might, can, could include in a Session 0, things that are going to help your game. And I will stress, this is for GMs and players alike, okay? So this advice goes to all of you. But I need to let you know that a Session 0 is really important. Without a Session 0, your game's going to fall apart quicker than Piers Morgan in a vegan restaurant. The setting and tone. So this is where the GM will tell you the sort of game that you're going to play. The setting, how it feels in the world. Is it a war-torn, post-apocalyptic world? A dark and serious campaign? Is it a high fantasy world where anyone can cast magic and there's talking cutlery? Is it in the depths of a dungeon where supplies are limited and food is scarce? You can have a chat about that. That'll have an influence on the characters that you create. But it's important that you all get on board with the tone and the setting. Just remember, your GM will put a lot of time into the tone and setting of this world. They're putting a lot of imagination and a lot of effort in that. So if it is going to be dark and serious, please keep it dark and serious. If you agree to play, don't stick some willy jokes in there. So if you do have a chat with your GM about the tone and it's not quite matching what you want out of a game, then it's fine. Just leave. Find another group, get online, have a chat with people. There's going to be plenty of other people out there, but nobody likes you. Just remember that. The rules and characters. So the best way to learn the rules, in my opinion, is just get playing. Now in Session 0, if you have got some experience with RPGs and you've had a read through the rules, if you are a GM, you can go over the basics. You know, what you need to roll, what an action is, how you move, the basics, you know, how to basically play the game. Stop saying basic, basically. Basic. Another great way to learn the rules and learn the ropes is to create your characters together in Session 0. Now I'd highly recommend this. To look at the character sheet, that'll give you all your skills, your abilities, what your equipment is, all of that sort of stuff. You can roll them all up together and get an idea of how the game works. The GM will be able to lead you on that, but if you do a little bit of research before the Session 0, that's great. It's also a good way to relate back to the tone and the setting. So if your GM is running a campaign where magic is scarce, it's really not in the world, it's no good playing a wizard really. He might not really want that. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, does it? You know, a non-magical world and there's a wizard. That said, that'd be really good. Imagine being a wizard in a non-magical world, but you've got really crap spells, like you can change wine to water, or make sure that all the shelves in the tavern are completely level. Great. Also, it's a massive laugh. You can have a great time rolling up the dice, talking about your group, how they fit together. Are they a pirate crew? Are they mercenaries? Are they part of the Queen's Guard? How it all gels together is brilliant. It gets you communicating, it gets you talking. And communication is key in this game, trust me. Also, for my GMs out there, this will give you a wealth of inspiration as well as your own imagination. People will come up with ideas that you've never thought of before. Things that you can incorporate into your world. Basically stuff you can nick from other people. That's what I do all of the time. All of the time. Now listen, I'm not easily offended or triggered. I'm really not. But that doesn't mean that I want to put things in my game that will offend or upset any of my fellow players at any time. Because I'm not a prick. Or am I a prick? Comment below. Now I love being visceral with my descriptions, especially when it comes to the killing blow. I bloody love gory horror movies, they're my favourite thing in the world. But that means I'll go into every minute detail when I strike that orc or that kobold with my mace or that spell, tearing them apart. But one of my players said, I'm a little bit squeamish, I don't like that, then I'm going to rein it in. I will just rein it in. I don't want to go into detail how I'm going to shove my fist so far up a kobold's arse that I can reach in and pluck both its fangs from its mouth, pull it back out and then insert it into the eyeballs. I don't know where that came from. That's not written down. So to all my GMs out there, if you are going to deal in sensitive subjects, and we know what those subjects are, then just let the players know. There are some players out there that do find certain subjects triggering, and they don't want to play them in TTRPGs. TTRPGs are supposed to be a laugh, they're supposed to be fun. Sometimes they're serious, most of the time they're fun. And that's what a Session Zero is all about. It's making sure that you're all on the same page. You all want to be having the best experience possible. I mean, TTRPGs are supposed to be fun. They're a laugh. They're all fun. He's gone back to bed now. He's just, oh no, he's going upstairs to bed. There he goes. See you later. He's not in shot, but you know, see you later. Hobbling up there. He's an old boy now. And that's what it's all about. That's what a Session Zero is. It's communicating with each other, making sure you're on the same page and that you're playing the same sort of game and that the tone's right and that you're having a laugh. And that's what it's all about. Having a laugh at the end of the day. It's a fun game. Like I said before, it's the best game. Thank you for watching today. I hope that's been useful. I hope that sheds some light on what a Session Zero is. Like, subscribe, all of that stuff down below. Leave a comment on what you want me to do next and I will consider it. Maybe. We'll see if it's good enough.